Okay, so we were wondering if you would tell us a bit about the steps in the stages that you have to go through during this whole restoration process.
Well, probably the most complicated and the most expensive steps were the actual removal and reinstallation of the pieces. And probably the most complicated thing in the whole thing was actually figuring out the whole mounting process and getting it correct for the waterproofing as well, which meant...
So the original piece that has come back to
Yes.
to join the group.
Exactly. Had a completely different base configuration than what had been there.
Oh.
So, as for the installation of the new sculpture, which had a different configuration from the old sculpture, and that meant we had to recalculate, well, how's the water pipe going to come out, and where does it need to sit in relationship to the water pipe? And we actually did a photogrammetric drawing of it, doing a set of photographs, and then they were put together to make a 3D model, and then that was scaled so it was dimensionally accurate.
Oh, cool.
And then we did the same thing with the base as well, and the water pipe that was coming up. And then we were able to take those two 3D models and put them together and see how they were going to fit, and
cool.
So it was pressure washed to remove all of that kind of brown, any of the old wax that was loose, any guano or anything else that remained on the surface was all pressure washed off. And then from there, it was a matter of doing the two steps of the hot wax treatment, which is heating the bronze and applying the wax the first time. Then we brush on a coat of the same wax cold, and flame that in so it melts and it bonds with the lower level of the first level. And then we go back and do what's called flame polishing, which is to ideally the metal's cold, so that when the flame hits it, you get a quick glossing of the surface, and then you take the flame off, and because the metal's cold, it freezes in that glossy, and so it gives you this beautiful polish that you don't have to sit there and use your arms to, rub and rub and rub and rub for the whole sculpture to get the gloss.
Because usually you just clean it and wax it out in the public eye.
Wax on, wax off.
Oh, man. Yay, fun! Is there any polishing, hand polishing, or...
Well, we might do a little more hand polishing or a little more flame polishing once they're installed on site. But
okay.
Basically, they're done and ready for installation at this point.
Cool.
I know.
Do we have a date for installation yet?
We're looking on it for April Fool's Day.
Awesome. Sounds great. What have your thoughts been during the whole experience?
Oh, it's just such an honor and a treat to work on these pieces. And the thing that's kind of nice about them is that the process anyway, is that you get to get up close and really have this kind of personal experience and look at the kind of the details on, you look at every surface, how many times, and, you see things that, you wouldn't have otherwise seen. And,
yeah.
You look at them from a distance across the fountain, they're just kind of a general shape, but, a general form, and they're pretty interesting, but you get up close and you see all that kind of detail and stuff. It's really nice. It's a treat.
That's what Amy and I have been saying, too.